Hi, Nancy and Vanessa. All right, so this is actually the third video because I needed to do another one to show you when I equals -1, which I don't know if we're going to use that often, but at least we have it. So let's do a Khan Academy example. The following graph shows a Riemann sum. We've got x minus 1 squared. Which of the following approximates the area between f of x and the x-axis on the interval from -4 to 4 using a midpoint Riemann sum with 4 equal subdivisions, which means 4 rectangles. So we have these possible answers here. They're starting at 0, so we can note that. So let's get started. I'm going to write out our summation kind of blanket expression. So the approximate area. It is very difficult to write on this. Oh, yeah. I can do it though. I believe in myself. Ooh, that's beautiful. Okay. So it's going to be the summation of our height, which is our function, f of x sub I times our width, which is delta x. Beautiful. Okay, so we have those two formulas. We need to find our delta x, our width, and we need to find x sub I. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's find our change of x first. So we can go back to that formula sheet if we forgot what the formula for change of x is. B minus a over the number of rectangles. So b minus a over the number of rectangles. Okay, so going down here, it looks like our b is 4 and our a is -4. So 4 minus -4 over number of rectangles, they said was 4. So this becomes 8 over 4, which is 2. Cool. So our width of each rectangle is going to be 2. As you can see on the picture, it is 2, but now we know for sure. All right, so I'm going to write it over here just in case we have to erase some stuff. Delta x equals 2. Okay, so we got that part down. I'm going to erase this if I can. Cool. All right, now we need to find our x sub I. So our x sub I depends on what they give us down here. So they give us all zeros, so we have to do a 0. And we're doing a midpoint. So we're going to go back to our formulas. 0 and midpoint, that's x sub I, a plus change of x, then we're adding a half. So I'm going to put that formula here. A plus change of x, I plus 1/2, or 0.5. Change of x times I plus 1/2. Okay, so our a was -4. Our change of x is 2. It's about 2. Let's try again. Oh, it's even worse. Yeah, okay. 2 times our I plus 1/2. That's 2. Okay, so we're going to simplify this as much as we can. And we're going to distribute that 2 here. And we're going to get -4 plus 2i. And then 2 times 1/2 is just 1. Okay, and then we can put the -4 and 1 together, so we got 2i minus 3. I think that's probably what they kind of use in here. Yeah, they put the I first. Okay, so that's our x sub I. That's probably the hardest part. So let's write this on the side if we can. X sub I equals 2, my 2's, 2I minus 3. 3. Ay, vey. I'm struggling today. I have made these videos before. I know it might not look like it. Okay. 2I minus 3. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So then let's erase this. Cool. So we got our x sub I. Now we need to put it into our function. And that can be kind of tricky sometimes. So let's write that out. We know our function right here is x minus 1 squared. So I'll write this our function. But we're plugging into our function this x sub I. And our x sub I is 2I minus 3. Okay, so wherever there's an x in my function, I need to put in 2I minus 3, wherever there's an x. So let's just start that here. So we've got an x minus 1, so I need to put 2I, I'm going to put it in red, 2I minus 3, that's my x. And we continue the function, x minus 1, so minus 1 squared. Okay. So now I'm going to simplify that as much as I can. So I got 2I minus 3 minus 1, so it's really 2I minus 4. 2I minus 4 squared. That's my function. That's my f of x sub I. Okay, so let's write that on the side as well. See if we have even room. Okay. F. Can I write it on the top? Let's write it on the top. F x sub I is equal to 2I minus 4 squared. Nope. Squared. Beautiful. Okay, so let's erase this business. Awesome. Now we just have to set up our summation, which we have our summation formula up here. So we're doing the sum from I equals 0. And they said 6 rectangles, correct? No, 4 rectangles. Definitely 4. So we need to count from 0 up to 4. So 0 is counting as one of our rectangles. So 0, 1, 2, and 3. I was trying to get into the camera, but it didn't work. Start at 0. That's our first rectangle. Then 1, and then 2, and then 3. So it's actually 0 to 3. That counts 4 rectangles. So 3. Ay vey. There, so 0 to 3 counts 0, 1, 2, 3. That's 4 rectangles. Then we put in our x sub I, which is 2I minus 4 squared. That's a 4, in case you were wondering. So that's my f of x sub I. I already put that here. 2I minus 4 squared. I put that in right there. And you just need to multiply by that change of x. Multiply by that change of x, which is 2. So that should be one of the answers. Let's hope it is. 2I minus 4 squared times 2. That looks like the bottom answer. Let's see if we're right. Move my face a little bit. Yay, great job. Okay, let's do another problem. Okay. All right, the following graph shows a Riemann sum. Square root of x plus 4, going from -3 to -2, and there's 5 equal subdivisions. The right Riemann sum. Okay, so we have some fractions going on right now, which is probably really good. They all have I equals 1, so we'll choose that one. If they give you like 2 options, I'm guessing you can choose which one you want, but I'm not sure. We'll see if we get an example like that. Okay, so again, let's write out our notation here. So we get a summation of f of x sub I times our width. We eventually want an answer like that. We have to figure out all these things. So again, change of x equals b minus a over the number of rectangles. So our b value, our interval is from -3 to -2. So our a is -3 and our b is -2. So -2 minus -3 over number of rectangles. I think it looks like 5. So that means I got -2 plus 3 over 5, which is really 1/5. It's not as nice as the other one, but it's good we're working with fractions. So our change of x is 1/5. I'm going to write that over here. Cool. I'm going to erase this. Cool. All right, let's find our x sub I. X sub I. All right, so we're working with the right Riemann sum and starting with I equals 1. So I'm going to go over to my formulas. I equals 1. Our right Riemann sum is this guy right here. So it's kind of the neutral. We're not adding or subtracting to I. It's just I. So we got A plus change of x times I. So our A, again, is -3 plus our change of x is 1/5 times I. Cool. Now let's see how they kind of write it. Yeah. So I'm going to rewrite it so the I is in front. They like that better. So it's going to be I. 1/5 I minus 3. That's my x sub I. Not bad. So let's write that over here. Three, baby, 3. Bust. Okay, there's our x sub I. Now we need to put into our function. All right, so our function here, they give us the square root of x plus 4. And we need to find f of x sub I, which is our 1/5 I minus 3. Okay. So wherever there's an x in our function, we replace it with 1/5 I minus 3, that whole business. So start my square root here. It's probably going to be pretty long. Probably not that long. So starts out with x. So I need to start out with my 1/5 I minus 3. It doesn't always start out with x. It's just wherever the x is placed. So I'm going to put that in red. 1/5 I minus 3. Okay, and then it says x plus 4. So that was the x. Now I need to add 4 to it. Cool. So can simplify this a little bit. So I just need to add the -3 and the 4 together, and that would just be +1. Bam. That is my f of x sub I. Trying to put crooked I there. All right, let's write that at the top. So we have that for later. One-fifth I plus 1. Cool. So let's erase. Awesome. Okay, so now we just need to write out our summation expression and we're done. So again, we're starting from 1. We're starting at 1 and we have how many? 5 equal subintervals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going from 1 to 5. Not too hard, but just letting you know. Summation 1 to 5. If we start at 0, we go from 0 to 4. If we started from -1, we go from -1 to 3. That's counting out 5 different iterations. Okay, so we first put our f of x sub I, and that's that big square root thing. So our square root 1/5 I plus 1. And then we need to times our f of x sub I by our change of x, which is 1/5. So times it by our 1/5. Okay, let's see if that's an answer, because that is our full summation. That's our height, and that's our width. Square root of 1/5 I. So this one said +4. We want +1, right? Yeah, 1/5 I plus 1 times 1/5. I think that's it. Check. Yay! All right, not really sure what we're on the video, but I think we should do one more example. Okay, this is show and harder one. I think it's very similar. I'm going to end here. If you guys want more examples, or if you have a specific problem that's just stumping you can't get, or you don't know why the answer is the way it is, send me an email. I'd be happy to do another video. But I hope this was helpful. These are not hard, or these are not easy. So give yourself some credit, and I'm here to help. Okay, bye guys.